And so I understand if you don't know how the media works day in and day out, and you're just like watching this show day in and day out, I understand how you'd be like, wow, okay, man, that's sudden. But for media reporters to lie, to pretend that this is a shock, to try to get clips, for Washington Post reporters and columnists say, how dare they go see him after they said he was a fascist? And that's exactly what the Washington Post is doing. That's exactly what the Wall Street Journal is doing. That's exactly what the New York Times. Yeah, you know what you call it? You call it their job. And let me say this. Two things. You can do two things at the same time. You can say he had fascist rhetoric and still go in and talk to him. Yeah. You know why I do that? To get the read of the man. You know why I went in and talked to Macron? To get the read of the man at a crucial time in EU funding and NATO funding. You know why I went to leaders in the Middle East who were angry at the United States, and I sat there and I listened to them attacking me personally for 45 minutes because of U.S. policy? You know why I do that? To get the read of the leader, to get the read of where the country's going. So I can come back here and talk to you and let you know what the hell is going on.
With context and
give you context, insight, and background. You know everybody we have on the show that's a reporter? It's what they do every day. They speak on background.
Joe Scarborough never ceases to amaze me. How can one human being be such a freaking tool and be such a person with such a tiny brain?
A very tiny brain.
I don't understand it, man. The guy, you know what, though? I don't want him to lose his job because he gives us some amazing content on this channel. I would miss Joe Scarborough, even though I know he has completely lost his freaking mind, man. Guys, there is a narrative out there amongst people on the left, and they are very upset that Joe Scarborough went to Mar A Lago to visit Donald Trump and talk to him. Guys, the writing is on the wall for Joe Scarborough and Mika Brzezinski. The writing is on the wall. These guys have spent the majority of the last few years continually criticizing Donald Trump, calling him a fascist, calling him a Nazi, a misogynist, a reopist. Yeah. You know, guys, it comes down to this, man. When you sit there and you do all these things and you call these people these things, and then you go meet with them and hang out with them because there is a shift in momentum in society when it comes to who people are voting for and what people actually want to see, you got to get on board, man. They went to Mar A Lago to kiss the ring, smooch the gooch, man.
Smoochie on Trump's Gucci.
That's what they did, man.
Smoochie on Gucci.
That's right, man. You guys, it comes down to this, man. When you call somebody a Nazi and a racist and all this stuff, and then you go out there and you meet with them, it looks like you really don't mean what you say. That's what it comes down to. The left is literally eating itself. Joe Scarborough is now very, 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 very upset because people don't like the idea of him actually talking to what these people call a Nazi, even though Trump is not a Nazi. It's absolutely ridiculous, guys. Hey, let's not forget the time that Joe Scarborough is such an entitled, loon that he actually hung up on, Trump, man. Let's get it. Let's roll that tape.
You should be afraid of the other side, not my side. I want to get our hands around a very difficult
situation.
All right, Donald.
Hey, Joe, one other thing.
Well, no, Donald. You got to let us ask questions. You can't just talk. No, you got to let us actually ask questions. You're just talking. All Muslims. Donald, you're not going to keep talking. We will go to break if you keep talking. We're going to ask you questions. All right, go to break. Go to break, everybody. Go to break. Go to break. Go to break right now. We'll be right back with more Morning Joe.
All right, guys. You know, Joe Scarborough is just an entitled person. It kind of comes down to the idea of if it's not his way, it's the highway, man. And you know, in politics, you have to find common ground in order to achieve certain goals. You have to find things that are similar with the other side and work with them. You can't just say, "Oh, Donald Trump, he's talking. I'm going to cut him off the phone." Dude is straight up talking to at that point, it was the past president of the United States talking to him. And guess what? Hangs up the phone because it's not going Morning Joe Scarborough's way. You know, guys, like I said earlier, the writing is on the wall. Joe Scarborough and Mika Brzezinski, they know what is coming when it comes to media. You know, they're losing so many ratings. MSNBC might be bought by a different owner here in the coming weeks. You know, there's been a shift in society, a shift of thinking. People don't care anymore about this Nazi talk, this fascist talk. People know that the Biden administration targeted Donald Trump using the DOJ as a weapon. Mika and Joe are such elitists. They literally think they're smarter than everybody watching their show. That's freaking absolutely crazy to me, man. That's absolutely crazy that you feel like you have to, you know, that's insane. I got nothing else. You guys, I'm going to drop this video tonight, and then there's going to be a live stream. You guys be safe. You watch it on there with Nick Java podcast. Max is really mad because Brittany took his place right there. And I'm going to tell you guys something, man. It's messed up. Max is super mad, man. Talk to you guys later. Mad Max.